Joe Booney and Joe Sports Channel proudly present Respect Women 110% t-shirts. These shirts come in 4 different colors: blue, pink, green, and yellow. These shirts cost exactly $25 US and Canadian. With each purchase, $5 will be donated to the Women's Breast Cancer Research Awareness. And don't forget, every Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, go to YouTube and search up Joe Sports Channel to catch up on your sports news and any special guests that may appear. And if you want to purchase more merchandise, go to joebooney48.wixsite.com/merch.
Welcome to Joe Sports Channel. You can follow me on Joe the Fighting Joe on Instagram. You can follow me on Taker Devil and hashtag Joe Sports Channel. Ladies and gentlemen and boys and girls of all ages, to all the fantastic and beautiful Booney believers out there, it is December 4th, 2021, and I hope you all are having a fantastic evening, but especially a beautiful day outside of the great city of London, Ontario, Canada. How you guys all doing tonight? I see Ian Ellis saying, "Let's go, Joe." Rita Miller at 10:58 p.m. Eastern Time. Last night said 23 hours counting down. You missed Joe that much. And Mr. Vito says, "Packers stink. Love ya, Joe." Well, folks, Packers don't stink. It's the other way around. Chicago Bears stink. I'm blessed to be here with you, speaking loud and clear. And let's get ready and rumble for this show tonight. Folks, we have a man from the great city of London, Ontario, Canada, where Joe Booney was born. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome back the one, the only, John B. Good. Good evening, Johnny.
Hey, welcome, sports fans. Glad to be here, Joe. Excited to talk some football. Good things happening.
For sure. Thank you for taking time once again for coming on the show tonight. I really appreciate that, buddy. How's life treating you, my friend? It's been a while since we spoke.
Yeah, no, it's been okay. It's definitely tough. I mean, I think we're all dealing with some things still in these pandemics. So hoping the things with the new year coming, the travel world will open up again and we can visit with friends and family over the holidays.
For sure. Mine as well. Family's good. Everybody's doing good. Brother King Goose is doing very good. Surgery on success. He's doing absolutely phenomenal hospital. So thank you for all your prayers and continue on praying for my brother King Goose. Johnny B. Good. The 49ers started 2-0 and then went on a rampage, started losing games. Now they're on a 4-game winning streak. They're 6-5. Take me back to those San Francisco 49ers, how they started and where they are today.
Well, after I would say it's easy to start the season when you're playing the Lions out of the gates. But you can look good, but actually it was that game against the Packers. It was a tough one that kind of turned the tide for us. And Yeah, we had about 4 or 5 in a row there. We lost just nail biter games. It kind of felt like the Vikings. And ironically, playing the Vikings and Rams the last couple of weeks I think, was a good test for us. And I feel like we're definitely in the 6th seed in the playoff spot. So, but yeah, definitely when you're at 2-5, you don't know where your season's going. But I was hopeful. I said, if we can finish 9-9. We could finish 9-7 or something.
I remember you said that on the show previous.
It would still be okay. I figured that was still good enough for a playoff spot. I mean, that's it. Just get to the dance, and anything can happen.
My friend, when I saw San Francisco going on that rampage, losing all those games, I thought the 49ers were going back into rebuild mode. But after playing was it the Arizona Cardinals when you guys lost to? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, well, the first time we lost them with a goal line stance, and that was a tough one. And then was it a few weeks ago at home? Boy, that was a tough one. I actually have to admit, I turned it off. We weren't playing well. We weren't playing good secondary. The offense wasn't clicking. I mean, it just looked pitiful. And I was ready to pack in the season and say, okay, bring in Trey Lance, put Jimmy on the bench. Let's bring in our rookies. We're done, right? Yeah. But it's funny how quick a few wins under your belts. And again, that was the test when we played the Rams. We had a game. We're at home. And I said, this is it. We still have a chance. We can beat the Rams. And we did. And boy, they showed up. I mean, I never see them. Everything was clicking. Special teams was clicking. The offense was clicking. The defense, I mean, we just shut them down. So, and then after that, I was hoping. But again, last week against the Vikings, okay, another tough play, a team that's ready, playoff bound. So these are the teams you want to face to see what you're made of. And again, they showed up, put 35 points on the board like they did against the Rams. So, I mean, the offense seems to be clicking. The defense is keeping them under 20. So, you're going to go places if you can do that. But
I was going to say
have some other tests. I mean, the Packers and the Buccaneers, those kinds of teams will be good tests.
Yes, going back to the Rams, when I saw 31, what was the score? 31-10. When I saw San Fran from that first snap of the ball into that last snap of the game, I said the 49ers are back where they were 2.5 years ago against the Kansas City Chiefs in that Super Bowl. They're back where they are. Your management's playing well. Your offense is playing absolutely amazing. And your defense has finally stepped it up. It's been a long time. And finally, they've stepped it up against the Vikings, against the Rams, against the Jacksonville Jaguars, against the Bears. Now, going back to that Colts game, that was one of those ones that kind of
was one we should have had. I mean, okay, we're playing in a rainstorm and it wasn't ideal conditions. I mean, Jimmy couldn't grip the ball to throw it. I mean, he's practically shot putting it, trying to get it to somebody. Running the ball, I mean, slippery. So yeah, that was, again, those were some definitely ugly games, and you see what your team is made of. But through the tough games, we're in a good spot, and I like the chances down the stretch. Again, we got the Seahawks, definitely divisional games coming up, and Seahawks are typically a good rival, but I got a good feeling about the game tomorrow. So.
What are your thoughts on Jimmy G this year, personally, yourself?
Okay, I get it. He's not an elite quarterback. He's a good guy. He can get the job done. Again, I think they're trying to give the rookie a chance, but he just doesn't know the playbook like Jimmy does. Has he missed some passes? Absolutely, yeah. But you know what? He's kind of like a Brett Favre, right? He's a Hall of Fame quarterback, but he gets the job done. Yeah, he misses some throws, and he throws over the heads or he throws behind guys some of the times. But at the end of the day, where he's getting when it counts, or getting the job done. So.
Actually, when I watched the 49ers against the Packers, that game, that was a back and forth game. And I knew there was still lots of time for Aaron Rodgers to come back down that field. And I don't know if I told you on the show, I don't remember.
Yeah, 32 seconds was too much.
The defense was all over the place. They didn't know what to do. That Devontae Adams catch, you got to be kidding me. Aaron Rodgers tricked the San Francisco 49ers defense like lights out like that. And then you got Mason Crosby who hit that 50-plus field goal. Well, Mason Crosby today, he's missed nine missed
I was
field
going to
goals.
say he made that one that day, but I mean, boy, yeah, he's had a tough stretch too. So
yeah, so it should be interesting. I got a man backstage actually. He found a way to come on. He was actually at my house a few weeks ago. So, ladies and gentlemen, the great old man from Lubbock, Texas, Mr. John Loda Natis. Good evening, John. How are you, buddy?
Not too bad.
Not too bad, my friend. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come on the show, buddy.
All right.
John, I don't know where to start with your team. Just take me back to what the hell happened last week against the Bengals. What is going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
oh, Pittsburgh, right.
I don't know. They fell apart again.
Well, they barely got by. Didn't even beat the Lions.
They tied the Lions. That was a disgusting game too.
Nobody wanted to win that game. They couldn't kick a field goal.
They couldn't do anything. No.
You know,
I don't know what's going on. The O-line's not protecting Ben, and Ben's no good if he has no protection. Ben Roethlisberger, he can't.
Yeah,
you know.
he's not. He's
They weren't
looking. I
protecting him.
think
They left him wide open the whole game. He got sacked. He got knocked around. He couldn't get a proper pass, and I think that's part of the problem. And yet, I don't know. They had those games that they won. They were playing good, so I don't understand why they playing like one game. You know, now they're playing like crap.
Yeah, the game against the Chargers, they look great. I mean, they almost
They almost came back for
good.
that one, and at least it was a game. That was a game.
They almost came back, you know, and
And
they
it was a game. It was a game. It wasn't no blowout.
They were putting up points. They were scoring. Yeah.
That's right, and they couldn't. But the Bengals, oh my god!
You know, you only score what? You score what?
Yeah.
10 points?
3 points, 1 field goal, whatever.
10,
it was.
10 points. You know, you score a touchdown at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And
The
you know,
Bengals was a tough one.
Cincinnati, they're a good team, but they're not
They're not
like
that good.
anything special. I see the 49ers been in a couple weeks. I really do. You guys
I
are
have to admit, of the games that are left, that's the one I'm worried about going into Cincinnati because and it's funny. Well, I know we'll get to the schedule, but with the game tomorrow, I said Bengals, but you never know with them either. Well, you know, 1 week they show up to look great, and the next week,
Same
they're
thing.
struggling with the Jets or they're struggling with
Yeah.
somebody, right? So
That's true. I don't
Well,
know.
the title for tonight is will the Packers finish with the best record in the NFL with a question mark? Now, I was doing some research over the internet the last 48 hours, and I found this amazing article on the Green Bay page, and it tells you where the Packers are, where is Arizona, where's San Fran, and where all these other teams, the wild card and that. So I'll take a look at this with you guys, share the screen, and we can look at it together. Okay. So, path to the playoffs, you know. Okay. So I'm looking at right here, and you know, you got Arizona, the NFC West with 9-2, the best record in the NFL. You got the NFC North, the Green Bay Packers, who are 9-3. You got the NFC South, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 8-3. You got the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys 8-4. Then you got the wild card that is very interesting. And I was telling Johnny, be good before the show started tonight. I said, if there's a way that Johnny Savage's team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, can beat the Los Angeles Rams tomorrow and the 49ers defeat the Seattle Seahawks, then they would be tied in that wild card, you know? And
I don't see it happening, but I like your optimism.
we've seen some crazy things in football the last few weeks.
Well, they beat Buffalo, you know.
That's true.
So I'm looking at this, guys, and I'm saying to myself, the most dangerous team right now is the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. I don't put anybody near the 49ers or the Packers. Dallas, nothing special, I see. The Rams, nothing special. Buccaneers, we can beat them. Arizona, nothing special. We've beaten them with no Devontae Adams. We were injured. We got COVID. A couple guys were, I think even Lazard was out that game, and we still found a way to win that game at the end.
Yeah, the Cards will finish with a good record. Will the Green Bay have the best record? I don't know. I mean, again, they're looking good. They're gelling at the right time. Again, it's hopefully Aaron Rodgers can keep his toe healthy. I mean, really, I saying Green Bay's going to go as Aaron Rodgers goes because we've seen how it looked when he wasn't in the game.
No, oh yeah. Like you look at this, right? If I got the schedule on my phone, actually,
Didn't look too good when he was out.
No, and love did not show love. He showed us hate that game. Okay, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah,
No love
yeah,
that
one
game.
touchdown.
That's right.
Yeah, one touchdown, man, but
He's better than Rudolph.
I don't know about that.
Rudolph sucks.
Well, that's the thing with the Steelers, right? They go as Big Ben goes, and they said
got
it's
no
Big
backup.
Ben's final year. So
Yeah,
Now-
might be.
I'm seeing here that if the Packers can win the next 5 games,
They'll go to
And-
Super Bowl.
Arizona loses 1, the Packers are number 1. But we need Arizona to lose 1, and the Packers win the next 5. And the Packers, we got to buy.
well, they got the Bears tomorrow, so I don't see it happening there. I'm not sure what's left also on their schedule.
No, we got to buy. Actually, we're off tomorrow. Packers have a buy.
Oh yeah, no, I was saying the
Arizona.
Arizona plays Chicago. I think.
Yeah, Chicago. So we play the Bears in a week tomorrow. Then we play the Ravens, Browns, Vikings, Lions. As long as the Packers can stay healthy and Arizona loses 1 game, we will have that first seed and we will go.
Let's see. Just looking at the Cardinals' schedule. Let's see what's left. So the Cardinals, let's see. Yeah, they got Chicago. Then they got the Rams. So there's a heavyweight tilt. Then they got the Lions. Oof, well.
Gone.
Then they got the Colts, Cowboys, and Seahawks to finish. So
Lose 1. Just lose 1. We're fine.
well, I think the Colts can beat them. The Colts have looked good. The Rams could beat them. So I mean, there's definitely, and especially again, Kyler's not 100%. So
Kyler, I don't know. Is he going to be back tomorrow?
he's supposed to be back tomorrow. But again, I don't know if they're going to play him sparingly. I would if I was the coach. I would just put in the backup and see what they can do with Colt.
Yeah. So yeah, like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and look, the Washington football team.
I don't know if Washington's going to stay there, but I think the Vikings might take that place. But they don't in the final games. But
So you got the Buccaneers and Packers. Both teams are undefeated at home. Nobody has beaten the Packers at home or the Bucs at home this season. So there's still room for even the Bucs to get that first seed. I don't see it happening. I really see Green Bay winning. Just like I said, lose 1 Arizona, we win 5. We'll get that number 1 seed and get that bye, and then we'll get into that division.
yeah, even Tampa Bay has looked human some of the games. Tampa goes as Brady goes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm not sure if anybody has heard this yet. Maybe I'll tell John this. Maybe you've heard this. Looks like this is the final year of Big Ben Roethlisberger in his career. John?
Yeah, I've seen that in the news.
I'm going to, if it's true, if he's done after this year, I'm going to cry like a baby.
So Mason Rudolph is going to be the man?
I love Ben. And you know what?
They got to get me quarterback. That's it.
He's given everything to Pittsburgh, and when people say Ben is washed, it makes me very, very upset. Like a man that has 2 Super Bowls, multiple MVPs, awards here and there, did everything for Pittsburgh, the community, and all that. And people say he's washed because he's getting older. Last week he had a bad game, but let's talk about 2 weeks ago when people were saying Big Ben is actually back to Big Ben. Yeah, what happened to those people saying now Big Ben is washed again? It's one bad game. The Pittsburgh Steelers still have fight in them, but it looks like this is Big Ben's last year as a quarterback in the National Football League. John, thoughts on that? What's going to happen in the future for Pittsburgh?
No, they got to get a quarterback. That's all there is to it. All these other teams have been able to pick up decent quarterbacks, and why there's no excuse for Pittsburgh not to be able to. They can't stick with Rudolph and these guys. They're garbage. They got to find some decent talent. There's lots of them out there.
Yeah, Rudolph didn't look good when they gave him the chance. They've given him chances to stop.
Oh yeah, they more than enough chances.
He's not the right QB. He's not the right quarterback.
He's totally inconsistent. He can't do it. 1 minute he'll throw a good pass, next minute nothing, or incomplete, or overthrow it or underthrow it. He's not consistent. He's just not a good quarterback. Period. He's not. He's no good.
Yeah, and I was trying to think, who was the other guy?
They got to get somebody in there.
Who was the other one they had behind him?
Oh, the Duck Man. He was about the same. He had 3 good games, and then he tanked as well. So we thought he was going to be the savior, and he bombed as well. That was last season, but I don't know.
But
I think Ben probably had enough of this. Ben probably had enough of this.
It looks
like not going to show up for him, then to hell with him. Ben should retire. Might as well retire. Then if he's he's getting battered, beat up.
John, what are your thoughts on him, Mr. Loden? What are your thoughts on Big Ben?
I thought maybe. Well, I can see why I'd want to go out. He's like between last season and this season, what's been going on. It's it's frustrating for him as a quarterback, and if the team's not playing good, it's not really his fault. So that last game, that bad game with Cincinnati, he had no protection whatsoever. They were getting to him every second, every time.
Yeah, that O-line.
No protection around Pittsburgh.
The O-line stunk, and the problem was they were playing good. Back in the winning streak, they were playing good. So what happened to the O-line? All of a sudden, it's no good now.
Defense alone can do it.
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't show up.
Defense is struggling too.
Yeah, well, they did too that game. I mean, Bengals. Now the Bengals are the super team. Give me a break. They're not.
How come Tom Brady can get all this protection? Aaron Rodgers gets all this protection. Jimmy G.
Well, that's what the job is to protect. That's what the offensive line is supposed to do.
Big Ben can't get protection.
When you're on offense, you're supposed to have
more than Joe Burrow and Russell Wilson combined. You know what I mean?
What I'm saying, yeah.
There's no protection around Big Ben Roethlisberger. It's been at least 5-6 years since there's been protection around Big Ben.
Wow, yeah, you're right.
He got hit after hit after hit. So I do understand why Ben wants to retire.
He's getting hurt. He's getting problems with his hip. His elbow got taken out 1 year. He's had to rehab that, his arm, and everything else.
Yeah. Well,
of course, the other team's always gonna, no matter what team's playing, they're always gonna target your quarterback. But I'm telling you, you got to have some. Got to give him a few seconds to get it, get back and throw the back.
Body takes the toll. I was going to say the defenses are getting bigger and stronger, and
that's right.
Yeah, I said you got to get rid of that ball pretty quick anymore. I think that's for any quarterback, 3 seconds is about all you can get.
All you got. That's it.
Unless you got good scrambling ability, and
you need to be like a Rodgers or a Brady. That Brady just can sit there all day and let's look around, see where's Mike Evans, where's Antonio Brown. Well, we'll get to that story in a minute. You know what I mean? It's just
even Brady has his times where he gets rattled or they get to him. So
but not as bad as you've seen Ben.
You're more consistent.
I haven't seen any quarterback get hit as much as Ben. I really haven't. Like
not
it's just it's sad and it's disappointing at the same time.
I think he's probably disgusted with the whole thing too. I bet you he is.
Yeah, and then maybe that's why he said seeing where they're at and.
I mean,
he's got no protection. I mean,
they got to replace. They got to find someone that's half decent to come in there, and not some half-assed guy like Rudolph. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Rudolph isn't the. I mean, drafting a quarterback that's going to take time, and
I know.
I kept
they should have been looking at it before. They've had all this time to look for quarterbacks. What have they done? Nothing. Sit on their ass. What's the management doing?
You're right. You're right.
I don't think they've even drafted anybody, have they?
No, they haven't. And I don't like Matt Canada. I'm not a big fan of Mr. Canada at all. With his play calling, I do not like his play calling. The beginning of the year was horrible.
Well, it was awful hard.
Going back to the junk.
Yeah.
That's
another thing that came into play, probably. That's another thing, yeah.
Rita, why didn't the Pittsburgh Steelers pick up Cam Newton? Right?
Cam Newton's done too. He's nothing. His days are numbered as well.
Well, it's not that. It's having experience. You know what I mean? Because
he does have experience.
He
played pretty experience, but he can't hit it. He's not hitting his targets either.
No. Well, that would have been the best option for him right now.
Well, it's funny. There are a few quarterbacks stuck in the depth chart. One that for me that comes to mind is on the Eagles with Gardner Minshew. I think the Jags should have kept him, but I said for me, he's a starting quarterback, and he still can play decent. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he's stuck behind Jalen Hurts, and who knows what's happening there. But there's a good quarterback kind of going to waste.
Yeah, there you go. So there's guys that are out there.
That's going for waste. Johnny B. Good and John Laurinaitis.
What's
There's a lot of quarterbacks that are going for waste that are backup quarterbacks.
Well,
Why isn't Andy Dalton on a starting position? Yeah, because of Justin Fields is injured, so you have Andy Dalton as as a starter quarterback. Pittsburgh should have picked up Andy Dalton. He would have been perfect for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, probably would have fit in there. He's playing good.
Right.
Well, as I said, it doesn't matter who you put back there. If
they're not playing for him, then it's not.
You got to start with the old line.
That's right. It's the old line.
You got to rebuild that old line.
That was the problem last season, and it's becoming a problem again. It's unfortunate.
Their old line's young, and Pouncey that hurt Pittsburgh.
I mean, look at makes me think of Mahomes. Look at Mahomes in the Super Bowl. He lost his 2 starting guys, and the whole game he was running for his life. And even now, it's like, good thing he can scramble a bit to try to buy a second.
He's quick enough. He's smart. He's young though. He's very young, and he can move. But
yeah, and Big Ben doesn't have that anymore. So
no, he doesn't have this. He can only.
Don't you guys remember he used to run? Don't you remember he used to run, Big Ben? Remember those plays, the 4th and 1 or the 4th and 5?
Well, maybe a little, but not like he used to.
Tiger, relax.
I'm gonna bring up the NFL 2021-13 schedule, and I wanna go over the schedule one by one, and I want to talk about a lot of these good games for tomorrow afternoon and evening.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yes.
Get out of there, Tiger.
We start with the Week 13 schedule.
Yes, my friend.
It's 13 already. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Not much more.
So,
Week 18. We still got 6 weeks to go.
How do you see that?
And
can't even see the screen.
A really good game was Thursday, December 2nd. The Cowboys defeating the Saints 27-17. Now,
yeah, I was cheering for the Saints. Feeling bad. The Saints are really banged up too right now.
Yeah. They're 5-7. They're out of the wild card.
Well, they took 3-4 losses in a row now too.
So Dallas defeats Saints 27-17. Dallas moves to 8-4. The Saints.
Well, if it wasn't for that pick 6 by Taysom, I tell you, that was only a field goal game for there.
So we got tomorrow afternoon. You got the Giants. No Daniel Jones. He's out.
Dolphins.
You got the Miami Dolphins that are absolutely on a winning streak.
Dolphins.
I was going to say the Dolphins are on a win. I know the record doesn't look great, but they've kind of come alive the last couple of weeks too. So they could be. Boy, that AFC is really a jumble. I mean, a couple of wins here and there, and you're in a playoff spot.
Yeah. I'm picking the Dolphins. I'm picking the Dolphins to win by 10 on this one.
Yeah, I got the Dolphins too. I'll say 27-10.
27-10?
Yeah, and they're at home, so that'll be a win.
I say 27-13 the final, Miami.
21.
Yeah, actually, I have to admit, Tua has looked good the last couple of weeks, too. He took a lot of criticism, but he's finally coming around.
Well, Tua looked good when he came in after taking the backups position against the Ravens, if you don't remember that.
But there again, I mean, he was running for his life, and he took that hit. He was out a couple of weeks, the blindside hit. So once they fixed the O-line, he's been able to stand in there and get some throws off now.
Colts, Texans. Colts, Carson Wentz is playing good football right now. They're going to sneak into that wild card spot. They're going to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm going with the Colts as well for a win.
Well, I'm going for the Colts as well. Do we see the Lions finally winning a game tomorrow? I don't think so.
No. It's funny. Some of the odds makers are saying the Lions will get a win, but I don't see it. The Vikings, again, the better team. Lions, I give them credit for hanging in there and trying to but again, they just have a young, inexperienced team. So, I mean, the Vikings should be able to pull that out.
Mm-hmm. John, you picking the Vikings or Lions for that one?
No, Vikings, of course.
Vikings, yeah. Kirk Cousins on fire. Kirk Cousins is really on fire.
Well, yeah, he's been playing well. So
yeah,
I mean, if they can't win, beat the Lions, forget about it. They're gonna take it.
Eagles will get back to their winning streak starting tomorrow. They'll beat the Jets.
I don't know. Again, it was funny. I mean, last week you're going against the Giants, and everybody had them, the Eagles, for the win, and
They lost.
Boy, I don't know. They couldn't score. They couldn't score against the Giants, which was really strange. So.
Oh.
But yeah, I'll go with the Eagles. It's kind of like a second chance at MetLife Stadium to get the win.
Picking the
They
Eagles.
should get it.
Yep, Eagles.
Eagles, I think so.
Eagles. Cardinals, Bears. Praying. Yeah, I'm a pack for some. Praying for Chicago to win. Chicago, please win.
Well, yeah, I'm with you there. It's in Chicago, so maybe, I don't know, hopefully Andy Dalton might be able to work some magic, and Kyler Murray might be out. I'm not sure if I think they said he's starting, but.
That's the only advantage Chicago would have is if Kyler Murray's out and and they're at Soldier Stadium. So 2 things, right? They're in Chicago, and if their Arizona's quarterback's out,
yeah. So
Chicago
the only question is the weather. So as you know, in Chicago, the weather plays a factor in the games.
Yeah.
Could be snowstorm.
Could be a close game.
Now I'm gonna watch.
Hey, Joe Mooney, that could be your savior right there if the Bears beat the Cardinals.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I'm rooting for the Bears in that one.
Oh
Vito
yeah,
will be going.
Johnny,
Vito,
you can still win that division. You can still win that division. The 49ers can still win that.
It is a tough division, right? I mean, we've beaten the Rams, and we get them again at the end of the season. It is possible, but a couple more wins under our belt, and we could be right there.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna watch this game tomorrow. I gotta watch this. Joe Burrow. Let's see if he's gonna be Joe Burrow once again, like he did last week against the Steelers. Dominated the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm picking Justin Herbert and the Chargers to beat the Bengals tomorrow, but it's going to be a really close game. 24-21 the final, the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm going the Bengals. So what I'm looking at is neither team can really stop the run. So you got Joe Mixon against Austin Eckler, so great offense. The thing I look at is the defense, and the Bengals, again, you don't think of them as a great defense, but I mean, they looked maybe if the Steelers made them look good, but they look good on defense. And the Chargers, I don't know, they just seem to struggle both in the secondary and stopping the run. So
I think I'm with you on the Bengals.
At home are going to pull out a win there. I see it being like a 33-27 for the Bengals.
I look at the Bengals too, but I don't know about the score. It might be closer.
Good evening, Kenny. Thanks for
I was going to say a different voice in there.
Yeah, I was with you. I wasn't with you on the Giants, but Eagles definitely on that last run.
Yeah.
And the Vikings, yeah, that's a good pick. I listed all my picks in the thing because I knew you were moving on to another group of.
I see. I'll click that so everybody can see after when we're done this. We got the Buccaneers and Falcons tomorrow. Bucks win.
Definitely Bucks will win.
I'm going to say a 17-point difference between the Bucks and
the 27-17 for the Bucks.
Only 3 people have beaten Brady, so it's not going to be tomorrow.
I think everybody's cheering for the Falcons, but I think it'd be 27-17 for the Bucks.
I don't see that being your upset. Your upset might be more down the list of those games.
Falcons looked terrible last week too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Is this the end of Matt Ryan, guys?
Well, we keep saying that for the last 4 or 5 years, but and again, they had a chance to draft Mac Jones and they didn't do it. So
yeah, that was their choice. They could have.
Well, look at Dallas now.
Yeah,
not Dallas, but look at him go. Should say the Patriots.
I think the Rams are gonna win.
Yeah. Ram would win. Praying for the Jacksonville Jaguars to win for Johnny B. Good's team.
But it's not gonna happen. I mean,
Trevor Lawrence can find a target, I don't know.
Really, they're worse than the Giants, and that's not a good worse.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, I'm hoping the Jags pull it out, but realistically, the Rams at home, I think they'll put it together.
I mean, really, I'd say Raiders or Washington could win the next game because they're not that far off. They're only 1 win difference.
1 game back, actually.
Yeah. So I'd say Raiders, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Raiders also. Again, I think Washington has played kind of really above their level. And
Right, but
Heineke,
if
Heineke's
we're
played great.
wrong, then they pulled off the upset. It could go either way. I'm gonna say
I'm
Raiders.
picking the Washington football team to go 500 and Ron
You-
Rivera. I see this Washington football team.
Joe, you
just-
could be right.
No, yeah, I know. I
I
think the
don't know,
Raiders
just,
at home.
They're,
They'll put up a win.
they're in Vegas.
Well, because Washington's missing Chase Young, so they're missing some of their key defensive players that have helped them. So
See, that's
I think
why I said
Washington's,
Raiders.
I think Raiders will put up about, I think it'd be like 37 to 20, 23, I think.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick 27 24 the final. Washington wins it in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
It's gonna be a good game. That game. It's gonna be a really good football game. John, what do you think of that game? Personally, Mr. Lodonatus?
What's that?
What do you think about the Washington football team against the Las Vegas Raiders?
Yeah, I think they have a chance, but
You picking football team or you're picking the Raiders?
I would think the Raiders should beat them, but I don't know. Like they
It's
and
even.
again, like you say, they're so close in the.
It's one of those teams. Is it going to be the Raiders team that won last week or the Raiders team that lost to the Jets?
Yeah, again,
So-
it's,
Yeah, lost to the Jets. I mean,
up and down teams.
I thought, okay, they've won a few times, right? But this is the most pathetic loss of the season. It's the worst. The Jets, really? No.
Yeah, this is the game I want to talk about, and I want Mr. Lodonatus.
I don't want to talk about it.
John,
Steelers and
you
Ravens.
go all in, buddy. You explain to the viewers and to yourself what's going to happen tomorrow afternoon in this game. And be honest, John. Be honest with this one.
Talking about the Ravens
You
and
can be honest.
Steelers?
I'm always honest.
You're always honest, but be honest what you think about the Steelers that's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, if they play like last week, they're going to get slaughtered.
But yeah, it's the Ravens. I don't know, man. It looks like it might be a slaughter, anyways. I don't know.
Nah, I think it'll be closer. I think it'll be 23-20. I think the Ravens seem to find a way to win. They're never.
Yeah.
They just kind of get by, right? Again, Lamar hasn't been 100%. Baltimore is not really a great team. They've just been squeaking out the wins, no matter
They're in the
who.
South, right? Division, right?
So I think I said 23-20 Ravens. I think so.
They're like
Close
their
game.
divisions of Tampa Bay. That's what they are.
Yeah, division battles are always tight.
I'm picking
Yeah.
28-21 Pittsburgh. I think Big Ben rebounds it.
Oh, I don't know about that, man. Big Ben.
That's
is
the
like,
upset. That's the
Big
upset.
Ben is like 60 years old in football years. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Mm.
TJ Watt's gonna be TJ Watt, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are gonna come out strong. And I believe in Mike Tomlin. And I believe in the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're gonna get it done tomorrow.
And you believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy too, right?
Yeah.
I do. Right, but I get $20.
Okay,
Easter rabbit.
I'm gonna say this about the next game. I'm picking the Seahawks. That's my upset.
No, come on.
No.
Oh, come on, man. I mean, it's not like they're well.
Seahawks they haven't scored more than
Not
13
too
points in the game, I think.
You gotta get an upset. So that's the upset right there.
All right. Well, yeah,
It's
but
not
that would
as
be.
bad as 8.
I'll take the
3.
Steelers over the Ravens for if I'm looking for an upset.
I don't know.
Seahawks. Yeah, they're not.
27-13, 49ers.
But
are
a
gonna
3-8
finally
team,
catch
if
up
a
with the
6-5 team is having a bad week, could easily beat them. Easily.
Let me go back to the 49ers.
Oh, yeah, they will.
I'm picking the 49ers to win.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
49ers.
I say
It's a
27.
revenge match. So they did lose
27
the first one in San Fran, but this is the grudge match. So 49ers will pull it out.
27-17 the final. The San Francisco 49ers win. They get into 7-5.
I think Russell's about ready to retire with Big Ben there too, because he hasn't looked real great either, and no O-line to protect him either. He's running for his life every play.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, I might be
don't you guys
wrong,
agree?
but I'm
You
not
could.
wrong about this next match. I'm gonna say the Chiefs by at least 10. That's my prediction for next one.
Don't you guys agree that Russell Wilson came back a little bit too early?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
he
going to
did.
say, I mean, I respect him as a player. He has been great over the years, but this year He
Not
just doesn't seem to have it. I mean,
Not
it's almost like he's ready to retire himself.
good. Yeah.
Could be.
Oh, hey, why doesn't Pittsburgh pick him up? Pittsburgh, make the phone call. Mike Tomlin.
Well,
Hey, Tomlin and Wilson would work great together. Just saying, man.
That's just
well,
like people
Russell isn't going
were.
to get any more protection in Pittsburgh. He's getting about. He's better to stay in Seattle.
It's just like what before he re-signed, they were shopping Rodgers around, right? And I'm like, why are they going to take this 35-year-old guy? He might as well finish in Green Bay and have it done. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody's
He's
going to
not
take
just
him.
a guy, Kenny. He's
Why is Love going to be the next guy to step in for
No,
Rodgers?
I'm just saying,
Keep
let's say
going.
Rodgers is able to pull off the ultimate and in like 3 years, right before he retires, win it all, right? There's no way that's going to happen with the Jets. No way in hell. If it happens again, there's no way it's going to happen with the Jets. Nah,
Don't get that.
not.
49ers win. Picking the Chiefs to win. The Chiefs are back playing football. the way they
Yeah,
were.
I mean the Broncos are another team. They're hot and cold, and the Chiefs, I think they had struggles the beginning of the season, but I think they fixed things. They're looking good the last couple of weeks. So I think again, being at home, I think they're going to pull out.
Yeah,
the win.
Chiefs.
I'll say 27-20 Chiefs.
27-21 Chiefs.
That's a good one.
And Bills take the Patriots.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's in Buffalo. I mean, the Patriots have been looking good the last couple of weeks, but
It's in Western New York. Maybe there'll be more Bills fans than Patriots fans there. You never know.
it's definitely going to be a heavyweight tilt. I think it's going to be a great game back and forth. Again, I think the defense has got to step up. I mean, that's almost a coin toss, but Buffalo looked good last week. So maybe they got their group.
All the Bills fans will come in from Buffalo and fly in also. I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
They'll fly
Yeah,
from Canada.
that's going to be like a 27-24 game too.
Yeah.
I could say that, or it could be like 30-24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is your picks, Kenny, for the Giants. You're picking the Giants, the Colts, the Vikings, the Eagles, and the Cardinals.
That's for the prior group.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I thought about why you guys were doing your picks.
Giants over the Cardinals. Wow, that'll be. Yeah. Oh no, it's not Giants Cardinals. So who's the Giants playing?
You'd have to rewind.
My goodness, guys, we're talking about football coming around now. We're 6 weeks away, 5 weeks away from the season to end.
From season 2. Season 1 ends, season 2 begins.
Yeah.
You're not seeing any Monday night games, but you go watch. You could sit in a bar on like a Saturday watching a playoff game. Yeah. Even if your team ain't playing, somebody's playing. Like, okay, are the Cowboys going to fail? Jinx. Right? Oh, they made it around too, and the Bucks just ran them over. Good. You shouldn't even be here. Get out of the way.
Well, look, you guys are. The Giants are still in position to make a wild card run.
Who's the backup quarterback for the Giants? Jones is out. Who's the quarterback
in that division? It's the trash world. So you only get one division winner, no wild card. Wild card travels to another division. That's the way it is.
That's the division you are. But do you see the Giants making any movements?
Possibly, maybe trading people. I don't know. I have no idea. That's up to the Giants. People, it could be administration. It could be coaches going. It could be players. It could be all of it. You don't know. They definitely are in a time period where they got to rebuild if they ever want to win it again. And when they win ultimate since 1925 and further, they win one 4 years later, they win another. That's the pattern throughout both time periods. So that is the pattern. They win again. 4 years later, they're going to win again. It may not happen for a while after that, but that's the way it happens. It's always been the history.
We've been, all of us been watching football for a very long time combined, and I see the Giants, like, they're not getting better and they're not getting worse. They're at the same pace.
Well, then
year after year,
you change it. You take out the people that are leading it, like the coaches.
Well, they got good players
to some degree, and then you bring in the right coaches. and then maybe bring in the right quarterback and bring in maybe a better defensive line, and you got it, and boom.
Well,
Maybe
let's
a
see if
couple-
the change with Jason Garrett will help them on the offense because they seem to have players. I mean, you got Saquon Barkley. I thought Jones is, typically a decent. He's been decent if he gets a chance to throw.
Yeah, and all you need maybe it
Couple of
is
receivers.
maybe and maybe it is the coach. It could be the coach.
Well, let's see if the offensive coordinator will make a difference now with Garrett out. So
That's true. It's got to be
they had terrible play calling too.
Yeah, it was the worst. But I'm saying you make a positive change, and it will equal in what they've done 8 times in the history of the team.
They should be feeding Saquon and whoever else they got in the backfield the ball, right?
They should be looking for a new quarterback in my eyes.
True. One loss in this time period. In the other time period, they're the first football team pretty much. I think they lost more than they won, but they didn't care then. You won 4. You have victories. Doesn't matter how many times you lose. We're the first football team. Yeah, I mean. In fact, one of their biggest losses is called the greatest game ever. It was the Colts of Baltimore over the Giants.
Was that back in 2000? Was Eli Manning was playing at that time, right?
No, it was back when like Johnny Unitas was strolling across the red zone and all that. Not no Mr. Unitas.
90s and 80s, then, huh?
No, Unitas was like what, the 50s or something, 60s. Long ago. He was like long ago.
Unitas. Wow, it's going back away. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was probably in that game because he was on the Colts, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he was in that game, and I saw on the cover of an old New York Times, greatest game ever, and I'm like, the Colts being the Giants.
Yeah.
How's that?
Unitas was late mid-50s to early 70s.
I'm like, how's that the greatest game? But I wasn't the one that made it. It might be the greatest game. Maybe I'll see an old tape one day. Who knows? I'll get to see what they consider the greatest game. That'd be cool.
Talking about greatest games, what's your greatest game you ever seen, Johnny? Be good.
What's that for me?
Yeah, greatest game you ever watched, you've seen, you witnessed.
Well, when I think of a great game, I always think of the title game with the Cowboys that they squeaked Joe Montana, to the catch, just because it was a game and everybody picked the Cowboys to win it, and but it was a game where it went back and forth. The offenses, the whole game was back and forth, and it went right down to the wire to that catch. So that to me was a great game.
San
it was
Francisco won, right? San Francisco won and went on.
We did win, So we were the underdogs, and we pulled out.
And you guys went on. They went on to win it all, right?
Yeah.
What year was that? 84?
No. Oh goodness.
83 into 84?
Yeah, I think it was. I think you're right. It was 80.
That was the first game I ever saw, that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But
when I think of the greatest, just because it was a good game. The Cowboys played great. The 49ers, the Cowboys were the heavily favored. The 49ers were the underdog, but they managed to pull out the win.
I didn't see any of the playoffs. I just saw Super Bowls. The first football game I ever saw that I saw the Giants, Jets, and Bills. And I decided to check out each, and I didn't like the coaches, the quarterback, or defensive line of the Jets or the Bills. You gotta like the coach, the quarterback, and defensive line at least.
I think one of the greatest games I've ever watched. There's 2. Going back to when when Tom Brady was on the Patriots at the time, coming back from over a 20-point deficit to beat the Falcons in the overtime. That was crazy. And another one when the Saints got screwed, that the Saints should have won to the Super Bowl that year, and Brady would have had Brady.
Right. I'm saying, like, I didn't have any confidence in the Jets guy, the Bills guy, or their defense. I went to the quarterbacks after that, but I had full confidence in Taylor and Parcells. I knew it would be there right with Sims once I started to check him out. I didn't feel confidence in anybody on. I don't think they even had Jim Kelly back in like 85. I think he was still playing for the other league.
It was Jim
Okay.
Johnny B. Good and Mr. Lunas. Jim Kelly, he came in what? 70s? Late 70s?
No,
80s?
no, 80s. But he played for there's another competing league that happened for a while with like it was and he played for that. Yeah, and then he played. Then he went with the Bills because that league folded, and then
He was one of the 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round of the 1983 NFL draft. Kelly was selected 14th overall by the Bills. He chose to sign with gamblers instead.
Yeah,
Did not play for the
funny
Bills.
because he did not want to go to Buffalo initially.
USFL folder in 1986.
Yeah.
The-
was
the
the
game-
other-
so really when I selected the Bills, they didn't have him yet. So maybe I would have liked him. I don't know. I didn't like the guy that they had, and it wasn't Jim.
No.
Jim was pretty good.
Yeah, he's good.
Jim unfortunately didn't win a Super Bowl. He won 4 times, all 4 times.
Yeah, he lost 4 times in a row, but forget about that. I mean, he was when I got to look at him once I was a Giant, like if they had him, I might have gone with him, but then I don't know. I didn't like the coach or the defensive line or quarterback at the time. I might have liked Jim, but I can't say. I could say I don't know. It was a different time. I was a Giants fan by the time he joined the Bills. Definitely no confidence in anybody in the Jets. No, I still don't know. As a football fan all around.
No, you make sense, and I know where you're coming from. Go Giants, Kenny.
Well, it's funny. Jim Kelly was from Pittsburgh, but he said he didn't want to play in Buffalo because he didn't like cold weather. So he went.
Hold on, Pittsburgh is warm. No,
I know. That's why I said that's the irony. You know, he was from Pittsburgh.
Buffalo is colder, I'm sure. Yeah, but it's like I'm in northern New York, and like southern Westchester near the Bronx is a little warmer, but not much. And I'm on the bottom of a mountain, but top's colder, middle too. It's not that much colder, right?
But it's like Pittsburgh. If you really think of it, me and John Drew. But if you really think of it, okay.
Remember how hot it was down there?
Pittsburgh and Buffalo, they're not that far out, really. You really think about it.
Oh yeah, it was.
It's like going from here to kind of Pickering and a little bit further, a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, let's say another 100 miles or so. Okay.
But I'm not saying where's Connery Pickering?
Really they're right.
What part of Canada is that? Is that like near like Nova Scotia or?
No, it's Ontario.
Ontario, beside Niagara Falls. If you know where Niagara
Falls.
Falls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's near Rex, right?
Yeah.
It's near Rex and Sin, kind of, because their kids go to school in the city, right? Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna mention them. Just mention them in reference.
No. Yeah, but no. If you think about it, like
Pittsburgh's here. 4 hours, only 2 hours, 3 hours apart.
So London, Ontario is right near Toronto.
Yeah.
We are between. So Windsor borders Detroit. So if you want to say we're between Detroit and Toronto.
Oh wow, cool!
It's 2 hours. 2 hours to Detroit. 2 hours to Toronto.
Because I've been to Detroit and right across from Windsor, but I didn't cross because I was at a certain event. I was at Metallica's Music Fest. I'm not gonna leave that for any time.
So we're 2 hours from there.
Yeah, but we'd be like on the bus going to the fest from the hotel, right, or near the hotel, from like downtown, and they'd be, what's that on the bridge? Oh, that's the Canadian border. And we're traveling a little bit further, right?
Yeah. Even Buffalo is not that far from us. Johnny B. Good.
Yeah, no Buffalo.
3 hours away, 2 hours.
Well, Poughkeepsie is probably way further. I'm near that.
Because how far are you from New York City?
Well, I'm like an hour or so or less. I don't want to say how because you don't know who's listening. Right.
No, but like distance, what do you say, about 100 miles?
No, I could get there by a train in an hour or less.
Okay.
Depends. If it's a direct route, expresses, even less time. Right. If you got to catch like a local, like you got
It'd be like for us going up to Kitchener, right?
Well, in a sense, from where I live, you don't really catch a local. There's an express that goes to Terrytown and then or Croton. If you want to catch like a local, you just go to Croton. If you want to catch an express, you can stay on the train I'd be getting off if I wanted to catch a local. Yeah, it would go express always city, so I catch expresses where I am, or I could get off and catch a local.
Yeah.
And change trains.
Okay, that's interesting. You know, I like that.
Yeah.
It's
I
interesting.
like that too.
Because I remember
White Plains, where I used to live, had expresses too. It wouldn't be every train because sometimes they'd have to go local.
Yeah.
Right, and there'd be no place to change really. Yeah.
John, Mr. Lonaris, we went a few years ago to Pittsburgh, okay? And
Yeah.
what do you say? What do you say, Buffalo to Pittsburgh? What do you say? 4 hours?
What was it?
I'd say Harlem Wine if you
3
weren't
hours.
catching an
I'm
express.
asking
it was-
John because when me and John, I'm asking, how far did it take you? Did it take us 4 hours to get from Buffalo?
About that, yeah, 4.5 at least.
I'm
So is
saying
that
if
kind
you're
of like from here, Johnny? Be good.
Pittsburgh is in southern Pennsylvania. It's closer to Ohio almost.
Joe, if you ever want to be like, I want to check out the Irish section of New York, I'd go to Woodlawn, get off on the Harlem line, and ask somebody which way is Yonkers, and they'll tell you, oh, McLean Ave, and they'll direct you, and you can get there from there. Regular Yonkers stop on the Hudson line doesn't go to McLean Ave. You got to start walking. It's quite a walk. It's downtown Yonkers.
Okay.
It's
When
not McLean Ave.
summertime, I'm coming down to New York City. Actually, we'll meet up.
I'm saying like the Harlem line, if you take local, it has not one Bronx stop. It's got 5 or 6. It's got a lot. The line I used to be on. I just have 2 on this line. You got Riverdale and Yankee Stadium. That's the 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting. Very
The
interesting.
best 2. The best 2.
Sounds like
I got friends that live near Riverdale and and I got the Yankees. So yeah,
you're all set.
You are a Yankee. You are a Yankee. I love the Yankee.
I could go right there.
Yeah,
Just get on the train, all aboard. It's the stop right before Manhattan.
for sure. I wanna switch topics for a second. I want to ask you guys from Johnny Be Good to John Laurinaitis and to Kenny TV, Mr. Giants. If you guys have this or you know this, who is leading the most touchdowns in the 2021 season?
I don't know. You mean catches or throws?
Throws.
Brady.
What's your
Brady.
question? Which quarterback has the most?
Who has
touchdowns?
the most touchdowns this year in the 2021 season?
Probably Brady. Is it Mahomes too? Would he? No.
It's Mr. Laurinaitis. No, that's Tom Brady. And
Not Brady.
Really?
looking at the rankings in the top 1 to 10 quarterbacks, I'll bring it up. And for a man that is 44 years old and has over 30 touchdowns, and we still got
He's
6.
it's like he's not 40 something years old. It's like he's 35 or something.
That's right.
Yeah. I should give this Tom Brady a workout. I should be like, what's the Tom Brady workout? You gotta give it to us, man. We'd like to know.
Yeah.
You got the 2021 season and with the most touchdowns, and you got right here Tom
30.
Brady, 30 touchdowns. Okay,
Uh,
9 interceptions. That's Mr. Brady for you. He has 457 attempts. Has pronounced 67.6%, 3,403 yards. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's
It's
not bad.
interesting to see Stafford and Mahomes right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was in the top 5. Right.
You're
Josh
right.
Allen, the
2 of
Buffalo.
them in the top 5. Yeah.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah. Buffalo guy's right there. He's in the top 5. Justin Herbert, nice.
Kirk Cousins having a hell of a year, Johnny Be Good.
Yeah.
He is, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
the year.
I know.
Made the
Again,
top
he's
10, Mr. Cousins did.
I thought Derek Carr would be higher, but I guess the Raiders haven't
Yeah.
been getting the touchdown.
They started really good, and now they started struggling with all the allegations with John Gruden and all that. So
Well, I
I still
gotta
think
do
that's
something. It's great talking football with you guys. And Joe, maybe I'll see you next week. Cool.
thank you, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
All right. Thanks for having me. Maybe I I was doing other stuff at 10:30, so maybe I'll catch you at the beginning of the show next time.
Okay, my pleasure.
Peace.
Take care, Kenny. See ya.
All right, you too.
Yeah.
Peace, guys.
See ya.
See you, guy.
So, all right, let's go through the list. So Brady, 30 touchdowns. Matthew Stafford with 27 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes, 25 touchdowns. Josh Allen, 25. Justin Herbert, 24. Kirk Cousins, 23. Aaron Rodgers, 23. Dak Prescott, 23. 22. Joe Burrow. Carson Wentz, 21. Derek Carr, 17. And Kyler Murray, 17. I can keep going all down the list. Now, the reason I brought this up because I want to ask both of you, great guys out there that know your football. First, from Johnny Be Good. Who's favorite right now to be MVP?
Favorite to be MVP. Wow. I mean, that would be, to me, Super Bowl win and everything. So, That's tough. I mean, there's not any one team that stands out right now. I mean, everybody's proven they can lose from week to week. So, the week you say Buffalo's the team, and then they lose, right? Same with the Green Bay. Say Green Bay's the team, and then they struggle. So, the same with the Chiefs. And it's again who's getting hot at the right time. And
who's getting hot? Who's that QB? Who is that one that is going to be the most valuable player at the end of the year? Like,
I mean, of course, the typical ones you want to say is Tom Brady. I mean, yeah, he's got the veteran, he's got the experience. He's leading, then touchdown throws. So, yeah, they might have lost a couple of games, but, he's definitely, of course, a candidate. Mahomes, of course. Again, the Chiefs are starting to gel at the right time. So there's another candidate.
Rodgers.
Well,
Rodgers.
I heard this the other day on the news, and I don't know if they're ever going to give Aaron Rodgers the MVP again because media's all over him on what he did. And
Yeah.
look what Antonio Brown did, okay?
I still think he's justified in what he did. I can't fault him for what he did. I mean, again, to me, all this stuff should be choices, right? Rather than mandatory.
It's your choice, right? And Antonio Brown, what do you do? Well, there's news going around that Antonio Brown had a fake vaccine passport. We're not sure if that's actually true. They're going to be.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to get into all that stuff. Again, to me, the players, especially their athletes, because this could affect their health long term. So they should have the freedom to choose, right? And I was going to say Rodgers didn't lie because he did have form. I mean, he had the ivermectin, but like I said, that's a whole other story. But as far as the MVP, you're right. I think because of that, Rodgers, because the MVP is kind of like the model, the superstar, the hero. And unfortunately, Rodgers, even if the Packers do win, they probably won't give him the MVP.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, how disappointing is that? How disappointing is that?
Well, it would be, right? Yeah.
If Aaron Rodgers, let's say, finishes up with close to 40 touchdowns, okay, or in the mid 30s, right? And he's only right now, he only has how many interceptions does he have? He has 4 interceptions all year. Okay. So Rodgers, I think maybe will get picked off 1 or 2 more. And he has 35, 36. And people don't talk about Aaron Rodgers being MVP. That is going to be very disappointing, But it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah, and all the other guys ahead of him got double digits or pretty close for interceptions.
That's right. Look at Brady even now.
But look at Kirk Cousins. 23 TDs and 3 interceptions all year, right?
Yeah.
Not bad.
So there's so many guys you can say, but right now, in my eyes, who I'm picking to be MVP that I see, I want to say Rodgers, but I can't because of what's going on with him, right? Where they're blaming him for that and this and that. So I'm picking Tom Brady, or Kirk Cousins to win it.
Yeah, there you go. Tom Brady or Kirk.
As good as Cousins has been, I don't see the Vikings going the distance. But
no, what I mean is, Johnny, because let me explain what I would mean is like
MVP.
Out of what I see right now, if it ended today, it's pick Tom Brady or Kirk Cousins, one of those two. I will not say Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes has 11 interceptions. Okay, he's not having the greatest year.
Yeah, no, he's struggling. Well, again, they struggled, but I think they're back on track. We'll see. But I mean, you want to say Mahomes or Josh Allen. I mean, they both look good, but had their weeks or moments too where they haven't looked great.
Yeah. So that's very interesting. Then you guys got the guys at the bottom. Keep going back. Jared Goff.
Joe Burrow too, but he's got a lot of interceptions as well.
Yeah. We got Mac Jones too. Mac Jones, what does he have? Let's see, Mac.
Yeah, I mean, good possibility. I mean, again, he's looked good in his rookie year.
Yeah. Ryan Tannehill's not having the greatest year either, guys.
Yeah, he's again, he's struggling a lot, trying to not getting the protection.
Yeah. There's a lot to pick from, right? So I wanted to bring this up because this was really interesting. It would tell you touchdowns, interceptions, percent, rates, and all that. So, guys, keep this in mind with Brady, with how he's going, 30 TDs. I see him ending up with 42 touchdowns at the end of the year. You know, all right. So
that's not much more.
You got 12 more, right? And you got what?
I think how many games left?
Well, they got to play the Panthers twice, so that'll help.
Who knows? It could be. What are we going? 50 now? 20? You know, going back to old Brady, back 2006, 2007. Right?
Okay, they got the Falcons tomorrow, and then the Panthers twice. So that's
done.
Yeah, done. Sure is done, but
done.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well.
It's going to be exciting week 13. A lot of good games.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of good games tomorrow afternoon.
It's getting there now. So how many games they playing this year? 17?
18. 18 weeks, and one of them is a bye. So
17.
I thought it was 17.
17 games.
That is
17 games they play, but your bye week. So there's an 18-week schedule, though.
Yeah, 18 weeks long. Yeah. They added one game.
So they added one more game to the schedule. So ours, actually, the Bengals is our add-on game this year.
Oh, okay.
Now, when the season started, I thought, okay, that should be a win, but
you never know.
I think it'll be easy. Not going to look easy next week.
Yeah.
No. And it's not going to look easy for the Pittsburgh Steelers because they play the Ravens, then the Vikings on Thursday night, then the Titans, then the Chiefs, then the Browns, and they finish off with the Ravens.
Yeah, it's not an easy schedule for the Steelers down the stretch.
Is it possible they can make the playoffs? Of course, anything is possible, right? You can turn around with one good game, and the Steelers come off tomorrow. Hey, you never know, right? Never know.
Time will tell, but
time will tell. I just want to see, you know.
You got to look if Ben's going to retire. They got to look for a new quarterback. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, they definitely got to look.
Somebody half decent. Let's face it. All these other teams have got half decent guys right now, and a lot of them have shuffled around, and they've got some good new guys too, and they're good. You know. I want
to see Big Ben, you know, leave on a good note, not a bad note.
Well, I don't know if he can. Depends. How can he? If they just lose every game, it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know how good a note it could be. Really, he just has to look back at the good times, but there hasn't been many for a long time. And good times in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You know, several seasons of just I don't know what's going on.
Like he gave it everything. He gave it
everything he's got, and it's just if he can't beat a little bit of protection, maybe. And he's getting older, and he's been beat up a bit, so maybe it's time. I don't know.
Well,
that's his choice, I guess. He's got lots of money.
He told some former teammates and told some family members that this is it. So
this is it. This is the end.
Again, hey.
Well, then the team better get with it. They got to get with it. They've had lots of time to find somebody. Let's face it.
Yeah, this last game they're going to finish off in Baltimore. So
yeah, I know.
We got 2 Baltimore games, and like you said, they got a tough schedule. They got the Chiefs and
Browns.
Well, if they like I said, if they win to
Vikings,
Vikings.
I say, you know what? If they can win the next 2, they're in Pittsburgh tomorrow night, and they can go into Minneapolis to beat the Vikings on Thursday night, find a way to get a victory there. Then
I would see something else if they do that. It'd be nice to see that. But we'll see. I don't know.
Before, John, we've seen it before.
No, we have seen it before, and like I said, the game with the Chargers was close.
Yeah.
That wasn't a blowout. So I mean, then they just, I don't know.
Detroit was the killer. Detroit was.
Yeah.
I think Detroit and Cincinnati
Oh.
killed them too. You know, that was bad. Yeah, I couldn't even. I shut it off. I couldn't stand it.
Oh my gosh, it was like nobody wanted to win that game. They had so many chances to.
They did. Should have had it finished it.
Oh my gosh, they couldn't catch the ball. They couldn't hang on to the ball. They couldn't kick the ball. It's like,
They couldn't do anything.
oh my goodness, yeah.
You don't often see a tie game like that.
No. I mean, it was funny. Well, and again, the Lions should have had it too. They missed extra point.
That's
missed
right.
field goal. So, I mean, they were like, okay, we don't want to win. You don't want to win. It was, okay, we'll call it a tie.
They just, I don't know.
Will the Lions win a game
It
this
did
year?
nothing for it. Didn't do anything for either team. So
Well, yeah, the Lions missed an extra. Boy, if you're missing extra points, then boy, that's.
Yeah.
but
I don't think the
we'll
Lions will
we'll see what happens. I don't know.
The only, you know what, the Lions have a best chance to win a game is against the Falcons because they play the Vikings next, then the Broncos, then the Cardinals, then the Falcons in Seattle, and finish off the Packers. So Falcons, they can get a W there, but I don't know. I don't even know what that one.
No,
the Seahawks.
I say Seattle won that one.
They'll still win it.
There's still, is it true, Johnny Be Good, that Seattle can still make the playoffs if they win all their games?
Well, let's see. 6 games left. I mean, if you run the table, I mean, that would bring them to 8-8. But I don't know. 8-8's not going to cut it unless you're in the NFC East. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got to win 9-10 games in the NFC to make a playoff. So.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't see it. Again, from what we're seeing on the field right now, I mean, unless there's a dramatic change, like I said, I don't know if it's Pete or Russ, but just even watching Russell, he almost looks like he doesn't want to be out there anymore. I mean, they have no rushing attack. The defense is trying to hang in there, but yeah, it's I mean, again, watch Seattle a lot of years and a good rival games, but boy, they're it was tough watching them. Was it on the Monday night or last week? They just looked terrible.
Yeah.
I think they didn't get a first down until the third quarter.
Seattle?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the first quarter. I think it was like in the 9-minute mark.
Yeah, it was like the third quarter before they got a first down. Like they've just had nothing going on.
They didn't. Boys, it's getting that time of day.
Thomas. Yeah.
I know it's over there at 10:43, John. I know here it's 11:43.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Just means I got up an hour earlier, probably.
Yeah, but I want to seriously thank you guys for coming on. Any
That was
last?
good. That was good. We went over a lot of stuff today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not. It was interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Big Ben, yeah. Well, let's just say Big Ben. Then they got to be looking for somebody that can at least be, reasonable quarterback. Come on, there's got to be guys out there.
Right.
Or I don't know. There's. I've been watching college ball. There's enough good quality quarterbacks there.
Yeah, well, they got to look ahead. They should have been looking ahead.
They should have looked ahead a lot before this. They should have seen it coming with last season, and then the way that's been played this season with up and downs. They should have seen it coming. You can't sit on your ass.
They were grooming. I mean, they drafted Rudolph to be the guy to.
Yeah, I know, and he just doesn't do it. He's been there too long, and he's not doing nothing.
Well, that's
I don't know who he's taking tips from. He's not taking tips from Big Ben. I can tell you that.
No, he doesn't seem to. He'll throw a good one, then the next pass is garbage. And then the next one, might be not too bad. And then that's junk again. And there's no consistency with his play, and he's not a guy that's going to win the games for him.
Yeah, and I just don't see Haskins being a guy to step in.
No, I don't either. No, so
I'm surprised they've hung on to him this long.
I mean, they got to do something.
No, they got to go and start. They got to start chasing for somebody because their defense is still good. They have a good defense.
The defense.
That's why they're 5-5.
When they're healthy, yeah. When they're healthy,
they're good. But the offensive line is letting them down. And then, as they say, Ben's getting up there. Yeah, he's not, a young man. But I mean, again, if they can give him more protection, he'd at least have time to get some, get going on when they're doing some passes or whatever. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did good with drafting Najee Harris. I mean, boy,
that was a good move. That was a good move.
So you got your ground game back, and
the running game. Yeah, they needed the running game, and they got that.
If you rely on the running game a bit more and try to get rid of the ball
quicker, and maybe some shorter passes. But
well, and again, you've got great receivers. I mean, you got Chase Claypool and
Jones and Washington.
Does Juju come back? Does Juju come back? He's free agent after this year.
Who?
Juju.
He's been wounded the whole season. Was hurt, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
a big contract. I think they should lose, but that's
yeah, maybe, I don't know.
But yeah, so again, they've got the running game, they've got the receivers. But yeah, if they can address the O-line, they might be able to get somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and they got some new players, and look going back before the Chargers game when they were winning, they were starting to play as a team again, even with some of these new guys. They have a few new guys out there, Freiermuth and a few other new guys. They weren't playing too bad either, but for some reason those Detroit game, and then they just knocked the hell out of them. I don't know. And then they played Cincinnati, and that was a disaster. So,
again, Cincinnati is
something changed there.
Well, missing TJ has hurt him on the defensive side.
Yeah, TJ is a main key part too.
But still, the offenses, when they're losing, they just couldn't seem to get anything going on the offensive side.
No, that was the problem. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
they
should have been looking for a guy a long time ago. You know, you don't wait till the last minute to find somebody.
No.
Yeah, because you want at least a year, a couple of years under.
Yeah, you got to see if they're going to pan out. But they tried Rudolph, and he's not panning out. So, I mean, if Ben leaves and he's going to retire, then they're going to have a big void to fill there. And you know, what are they going to do? They're going to have to do something.
They're going to miss him. I'll tell you that. There won't be another Big Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, I'm just saying.
How we first started,
Yeah, but that's history. But they'll have to go ahead. They're going to have to. The management's got to get with it and say, look, we need a quarterback, or otherwise we're going to end up like Detroit.
Does Tomlin leave too? Does Mike leave as well?
He doesn't want to. I don't think.
Is he going to leave with Big Ben? Is that how this is going to end?
I don't know if he's.
There's so much to be said on both sides. Again,
but
I like to see Pittsburgh do well. I like to see Big Ben play well tomorrow. I hope they do. I hope they can get the victory. I'd like to see at least one more Big Ben playoff game, but it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge the next 4 or 5 games with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, well, that's just it. To even get there.
Right. But God, it's all in God's hands, and it's all in the Steelers, right?
Yeah.
So, boys, thank you. Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome.
I don't know if you guys have anything else to say. I'm kind of.
I'm not really. I don't have anything.
No, I think we're done.
We just tapped out we pretty well went over a lot of different things.
Unless you want to switch to hockey and talk about your Leafs, but
oh yeah, what a turn of events, again, I said this to Rita and Inga before the show. I was talking to them backstage. You know what? They should get rid of shootouts. They really should. That wrecks the game. Same thing with World Juniors. If you watch the World Juniors. They don't continue overtime. It goes to shootout. If you don't remember, Team US, Team Canada a few years ago, US won in the shootout, right? Yeah. I don't like shootout. I like overtime, continuing overtime. Yeah. Right? 3-on-3 overtime.
It might come back to the TV schedule and the TV time. I mean, they can wrap the game up in a certain amount of time. So I like it. Well, I would say for the regular season, okay, but when you get to playoffs, you play. I don't know if you're going to triple or quadruple overtime, but yeah. You've got to finish there's got to be a winner in the game. So
I don't even know, even in the regular season, like where'd they come up with this shootout thing?
I think again it's just because of their schedules. They got to travel, right? So I mean, as soon as the game's done,
they got to travel to the games last all forever, hours on end. Because they have
to for hours. It's 3-on-3 hockey. Eventually, he's going to score.
They didn't have that years ago.
Or you just leave it a tie.
Well, that was years ago, but we're on 3-on-3 now.
That's the way it was. They used to play till 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
that was playoffs.
That's right. It was playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs definitely. No shootouts.
But not regular season.
But if you could go 3-on-3, extra overtime. Somebody's
Why don't
eventually
you just go one overtime? That's it. Whatever happens in the overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they do what, a 5-minute overtime before they go to the shootout. So
Yeah, I don't know. Some people like it.
As a kid, I used to like it because hockey.
It's one-on-one, the goalie against the shooter.
yeah,
Sometimes the shooter just is horrible. Other times they're fantastic. It depends on who they pick, and then sometimes the guy goes down there and fans on it or something. The goalie doesn't have to do much, but other times
I don't know, Hank, if it's for the fans. I don't know if it's really for the fans, for the shootout.
it's for the fans. He thinks it is. Yeah, there he is.
I don't
I
know.
don't know either, really, but
I would, if I bought a ticket, let's say a Leaf game, I'd rather see it continue overtime. Seeing
there you go.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, you would rather see that.
You don't want to see a one-on-one. You know what I mean?
No, but I think it's just because the season, right? Again, you look at it's. They say it's for the fans, but I think too. I mean, they've got to finish the game. They've got to get changed. They got to get to
they
the
want
next.
it over with.
They got to get it on the road to the next game. So
they want to get over quicker. That's all.
That's what it probably is, Johnny. Because you're probably right about that.
yeah, I mean, if the season goes on, then they're too long and probably more chance for injury. So I mean.
Yeah, you're not going to get any injuries in a shootout. It shouldn't anyway.
It's just more a gamble.
A gamble. Yeah, it's more of a gamble. You're right. It is a gamble.
Yeah. The injuries do make sense.
That's one.
Yeah, the injury part could make sense, and I think it's just they want to get the game over with. They don't want.
Yeah.
So that's probably why. It's too bad. Sometimes he's right. It's too bad though because might have been a really good game. It ends up in a tie, and then the overtime ends up in a tie, and it's like whatever. But that's what they do.
The Leafs were down 3-0 tonight, I think, right?
Did they win the game? Did they win?
No, we tied it, and we lost in the shootout. We lost in the shootout. We got a point out of it.
Well, there you go.
They still get points, right? So really, it's about points. So they still got a point from a 3-0 deficit.
That's right.
Don't you guys remember back in the days when it used to be 3 points and 2 points?
That's right. It was a lot better.
Back in the day, I'm talking about when I think it was Sundin's time, maybe before that.
Well, yeah, they changed it.
Yeah. That was good too. That was actually I like that better, 2 or 3. But now it's like 1 or 2. 2's a win. 1 or 2.
They made it.
I think they should get 3 for the win. That's just I say it's.
Yeah, that's the way it was.
That's like soccer, football, European football. 3 for the win, 3+.
Yeah, because when you look at the end of the season, how many teams miss the cut or miss a playoff by 1 or 2 points, and then it's really tight in there. So
Is it only football? It's football and hockey, the only ones that go by football. European football and hockey go by points. That's it, right? And the rest go by how many wins. Like the Blue Jays, they should have been in the playoffs. Had 90+ wins. They didn't make it.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, right down to the last game of the season. That was another.
What are you doing?
That was a tough pill to swallow. Yeah, I don't know if they wouldn't have done any damage in the playoffs, but just to get there
it was exciting.
Was exciting.
Yeah.
Losing to Minnesota is no shame. The Maple Leafs came back and dominated. Yeah, they did.
Oh yeah, I agree.
They do, and they're back at it tomorrow in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Yeah.
So
Jets,
time, Sunday, December 5th.
Playing the Jets. Did they play the Jets?
Jets are a good hockey team.
They're pretty good. Yeah.
Shifley, and they got some good.
They got some good players.
Good players, well staffed.
Yeah.
Guys,
Minnesota. I didn't realize Minnesota's the top team in the West right now. So
that's what he was saying. So.
They're a very good team. There's no playing games with them.
They're not playing games. They win.
No, they're something to watch out.
But they won it in the shootout, so it was a tied game at the end.
Just saying here, Retch scores the NHL goal number 750 for the Caps. He's gonna break Gretzky's record.
We're still doing better than my Habs.
Oh yeah!
Didn't you guys win tonight?
But Montreal, I don't know. I haven't been watching. I watch with my eyes closed now. So
no, they lost 4-3 in overtime.
4-3 and over. Yeah.
Again, there you go again.
Every game they lose every game by
that's overtime.
World.
Yeah.
Well, that's more fair than shootout.
Yeah.
Is that what you say?
Anyways.
All right. Well, anyway, I don't know.
Thank you guys again.
All right. Yeah, I gotta head out
I guess
here.
we covered pretty well everything.
I'll call you tomorrow, Johnny. Be good
Sure.
before the games and talk about things.
Yeah, it'd be always nice. I mean, we always who's going to win in the scores, but I don't know if it'd always be interesting to see the after whose predictions came true.
Let's go for a coffee sometime this week if you're free.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let me know. Go for a coffee.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, you take care.
I'll the schedule. I'll look at it. Usually, we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Okay. Say hello to the wife and kids from me, my friend.
All right.
Okay.
Take care, guys. Yeah, got to get to bed here early morning again.
Take care. God bless. Go 49ers, go. Go Packers, go. Go Steelers, go. Yeah.
Go Steelers, go. We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll pull one out. I'd love to see them beat Baltimore. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Or something, it would be something. If they play up to their potential, they could beat them.
Mhm.
It's just they haven't been playing up to their potential. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And then Ben is definitely getting a decision. It sounds like they got to find somebody at least half decent. These other teams haven't. You went through all the teams there, and we've watched a lot of different games. And okay, some of the quarterbacks that are veterans have struggled a bit, but some of these new guys that have been picked up, like Mac Jones, and some of these guys, Derek Carr, and some of these guys, they play really well. They know how to play ball.
Hey, guess what?
They need some new blood like that. Give somebody that is like at least in that caliber, and to get them, get them going. And but they got to get rid of Rudolph sometime. And these guys, you got to dump.
He's not Rudolph the nose reindeer.
He's not. He doesn't lead any. He's not a leader, that's for sure. And he's not. I can't see him becoming any better. He's had time there, and he's not doing nothing. So. Time to dump him.
Pick up Deshaun Watson, man. He's not going to be a Texan anymore. Pick up Deshaun Watson.
Well, yeah, even him. I mean,
he's top 5, top 10 quarterback when he's on his game, right?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. You need a guy like that has the potential to play a really good game, but still plays a reasonable game. You don't want a guy that's just going to just play barely there, and you hope that he makes a pass. Like that's with Rudolph. You don't even know what he's going to do. Just sits there and it's like, well, okay.
You know what I think about Mason, John? Where I really think about Mason, why he didn't throw the ball right away? I think he doesn't have any faith in him, belief in him. Like it's just like
I don't think so either. But I mean,
he waits so long to throw the ball. If you've noticed,
you wait too long, that's it. You're done then.
You know what I mean? If you don't remember, a few years ago when the Steelers started off 0-3, when they had the Duckman in, when he came back. He got stumbled against the Ravens. And I'm talking about he got smacked like a little 3-year-old, like this. Boom!
He did. He got killed. Yeah.
Right? He was done for the game because he held the ball for too long. As a quarterback,
you can't do it.
Up the ball, you wait 3 seconds. You throw it up. If you wait another few seconds, you're done. You're cooked, and goodbye.
Well, you can throw it out. You can, if you have to, you throw it out the sideline. That's it. If you don't have no one to shoot to. Throw to you, throw it out. That's what they do. That's what you're supposed to do. Don't just wait so long and hope that you can find an open guy. By that time, you're already been hit. You're already knocked down, probably. Because anyway, that's okay. We'll see what happens.
Stressed, man. I'm very stressed.
It stresses you out. It's just because it's a fun game. It's such a physical game, though, and it's there's a lot of factors in football that you don't have in any other game. You don't have you can have pick sixes, turnovers, fumble turnovers. You never know what's going to happen in football.
It's fun. It's good. It's really good.
Hockey's similar in a way too, because a lot of crazy stuff happens in hockey too sometimes. Momentum can change, but anyway, that's another story. The hockey.
I thought we were signing off, but let's win.
I just thought, whatever.
We got a guy backstage, actually. He's a big fan of yours, big friend. He loves you very much. And he's from Germany.
Oh, yeah. Ink.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Vancouver, British Columbia, Victoria, British Columbia, the one, the only, Ing.
Thank you for having me. Now, I'm just coming up to tell you guys should wrap it up. It can't get better than it was today. No, I would have come up earlier, but I think, I don't know much about football. And you had a good chemistry. I listened to the whole thing.
It was good.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I just to say goodnight to
Appreciate the comment.
gentlemen. Always a pleasure to listen to John.
Pleasure for all you guys in the chat, from Johnny Be Good to Mr. Leonatus, and for you coming up the last moments before we wrap up. I appreciate it.
To say goodnight.
Thank you.
Love you all.
Love you guys too.
See you next week.
Yeah. Well, see you.
No. We are watching tomorrow. Tomorrow.
You're gonna watch it tomorrow with us,
John. We are watching all the live games. It's just Rita, I, and Joe, and we're watching, the live stream and everything. And it's almost like a family gathering. There's no more.
That's what he said. He said you guys have been watching these games. So.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's nice.
I love it. Love it.
These guys,
it makes it interesting too.
Ing and Rita, they make me bigger fan of the Maple Leafs. I'm telling you, because I want them to win more.
Listen, John, remember when you told me a year ago that Joe is not a good enough Maple Leafs fan? I'm kidding. No, but we push him, and you know what? When they had the 1-0 today and the 2-0, I thought, oh shit, that's going down. But then in the second, when it was 3-0, I said to Rita, I don't think it's over. And Rita said, it's not over. And boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
So you can't really, as I said, we talked about, we can't really be embarrassed by losing it because of the shootout, really.
No. And
came back and tied the game against the top team from the West. That's pretty good.
There was no shame today whatsoever. Even when we're down 3-0,
there's no shame in that. That's one of those ones. They could have went the other way.
Yes. Even up to the 3-0, Toronto didn't do, or it wasn't a mistake of them or Campbell or anything. No. It was a fast game and it was a good game.
Yeah.
Well, even all those 3 goals that went, it was Campbell. Can't blame any of them. Okay, one off Justin Hall. Okay, and the other one is an empty net.
Well, he saved the game in overtime and up in the third period. Hey, Rita.
Hey. Hi, John.
Oh, we got a new episode going. It is December 12th now, folks.
We're in overtime now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, let's just start to record next week's show.
Yeah,
now.
Let's just make up what happened in the coming week. But Rita is over. The first inning, not inning, the first period, I was in the car and I only heard the audio. And Rita was a little bit louder than the commentators on Sportsnet, and she nailed it everything because it is what it is. Shut the fuck up. Rita knows. No, it's true. You have to listen.
I get with you. I get something about you, buddy. You
Just
fire me up.
Wow.
I love it. I love watching games with you guys. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
So tomorrow,
Well,
where are we playing tomorrow, Joe?
It's fun when Ink says, shoot the damn puck, shoot it in the net. Come on, Toronto.
Listen.
And I'm there, and Ink's making me more nervous watching the game. Like, come on, Ink, just quiet. Let me see this.
I used to kick the puck because I'm a soccer player when we played. Okay. Listen, other than that,
Who are they playing, Joe?
Playing the Winnipeg Jets tomorrow.
That's right. We talked about it. Jets
in Winnipeg or
we're in Winnipeg, then we come home for 2 against Columbus and the Lightning, the Bolts.
Oh, Lightning. Okay.
We beat
no, it's
every
game counts from here on out.
It does.
Guys, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You know what?
It was a pleasure. I love Rita. She knows that.
I wish I could stay longer, but I smell some dessert upstairs, some Arabic.
Dessert.
That goes. Listen, John. It goes right to my hips. I can't have this. But look at Joe. Look at him. He's one thriving young man.
Yeah.
I'm not too all right. Thank you.
You eat what you can get.
Well, go have your dessert.
You gotta treat yourself once in a while. You know what I mean?
Put whipped cream on it.
Oh, yeah. Whipped cream.
There you go.
Love you guys. See you soon.
All
Love
right.
you too. Have a good night.
You too.
Good night, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Night.
Yes.
Night.
That was good.
Night, John.
That was a good ending to the show.
That was. Went for a little bit overtime.
Yeah, that's okay. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he covered it pretty good. I mean, we'll see what happens. See what happens with some of these games this weekend, and who knows.
Okay.
It's been an interesting season in the NFL, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, guy. I will talk to you.
All right, I think I'm going to go to bed soon.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Myself, and I know you got an hour on us, and then they're still got lots of life because they're 3 hours ahead.
Three hours
2 hours
ahead.
ahead I am. So it's earlier for them, right? But,
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've had a long day, I think.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. Talk to you
All
later.
right, so we'll see you. Maybe see you next week, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully. All
Good
right.
luck. Take care.
Yep. All
See
right. Bye-bye. Thank you.
What a way to end off the show. Started with Johnny Be Good. Then Mr. John Laurinaitis from Lubbock, Texas came on. Talked about football, about the Packers, about Big Ben's situation, leaving, retiring. Talked about everything today. Absolutely everything today. We ended up with Ian coming on, and moments ago, we had the great Rita Miller from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan that came on to wrap up the show. And just want to appreciate, I just really, really appreciate you guys, all you guys combined. Mr. Booney needs a haircut. Yeah, it's getting long again. I got to go to my barber down the street. It's about a 5-minute walk, 5 to 6 minute walk. Get a haircut maybe sometime this week, if not early, sometime next week, if not early week after that. We'll see. But thank you guys so much for tonight's great show. We get better every weekend. I'm telling you, we get better every single weekend, and I'm very, very blessed that I have the opportunity to speak with you guys. Just, it's a journey to talk to you guys. It really is. You guys mean the world to me. I love you guys very much. Without Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the mighty God, and without you guys, this could never be possible. But it's possible with God, with you guys. Thank you. And we will see you next Saturday. I love your ending. God bless the USA.